I'm going live.
Going live.
What's up, everybody? I am Big Brother Ballhead, aka Ball Nation, and this is another weekly review from Crud Nation. And this week we will be interviewing Brick House Bakery, Miss the lovely Bria, creator and owner of Brick House Bakery. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice having you here.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And we also have the man, the myth, the legend, King Michigan. What's up, man?
What's going on with you, bro?
You all right?
All right. Tuning in.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us. And last but not least, we also have, excuse me, we have Baby AJ, aka AJ the Rapper. What's up, man?
What up, though?
You all right?
Yeah.
All right now. So, tell us about your bakery and your business.
Well, I've always been a baker and a chef. You know, like to eat, like to figure out how to make stuff. So I've always been the one in the family that's called upon to do the cooking. Sometimes small scale, sometimes it's catering for a few hundred people. And when I was a teacher years ago, whenever we'd have some type of potluck event, whenever we'd have something, I'd bring a pound cake because I have this pound cake recipe. It started with the lemon. Right here today in my hand is a chocolate pound cake, a mini chocolate pound cake. But I started making these lemon pound cakes just, you know, because it's easy, it's quick, it's an old family recipe. And I started getting requests like, hey, can I buy one of these? I need one something for Thanksgiving and so on and so forth. So fast forward to 2015, I had moved back to the United States from Colombia, was living out the country, had just come off maternity leave with my little one and decided not to go back to work for anybody else. Decided to really make Brick House Bakery, which I had got business cards and made the name years ago, make it my full-time thing. So I bought another home, turned it into a grow house, started growing my own marijuana under the caregiver model, and then took the leaves, made medicated butter, and took that same old recipe and started putting it into medicated pound cakes. Medicated pound cakes, cookies, brownies, chocolates, everything, and that's what you see here today. And there's a medicated Kool-Aid. Down the line, I got the right equipment in order to make medicated simple syrup, which is basically sugar water. And so now, not only do I infuse butter and oil to make baked goods, I infuse sugar, and with that I can make candies, drinks. I got some new products. I ain't even gonna say what they are because I want nobody stealing my ideas until they hit the market. I got the packaging, I got all kinds of stuff. I just, you know, my mind works like that. I don't personally consume edibles because I don't have any medical issues. And it's really, really good for people who have medical issues. I have elderly patients. I have people that's of my age, but maybe they have ailments, fibromyalgia, spinal injuries, all kinds of different things. It's very helpful for that. On the recreational side, I have a couple wholesale clients, or more than a couple, but a couple up in Flint, and one of them in particular, the Kool-Aid have been flying off the shelf. Why? Because people are using it recreationally to replace, guess what? Lean. Because it has a very similar effect. So people who want that recreation, like I just want to feel kind of sluggish, kind of slow, and kind of happy, this is a great substitute because all that's in here is literally marijuana leaves either from my garden or from the gardens of people I know and I trust that is clean and all that, sugar, and Kool-Aid. Literally, there's nothing else in there. There's no extra nothing in there. And it's made the old-fashioned way. You know, I have people try to tell me, oh, you can make it with distillate, you can make it with this and the other, and I just like to keep it with as old-fashioned as I can. You know, as far as, you know, what I'm comfortable with the people, my core patients, the people I started with, my tester, you know, one of my best friends who has several medical issues, he's always the one I bring my new products to, or when I adjust the dosing, because I know she's the one that needs it medicinally as well as recreationally. So she's the one I turn to because I can't consume it. I got a 4-year-old to chase around. If I eat this, I'm gonna be stupid for like 2 hours. I can't make a decision, and then I'm gonna have to take a nap.
Yeah, they're strong.
Yeah. So people who suffer from insomnia, swear by my edibles. They're like, I had the best sleep of my life. I was pain free for the day, so on and so forth. My anxiety was under control. So, you know, edibles are a great way for people to deal with medical issues and also enjoy marijuana. People who want to enjoy it, maybe they can't smoke, maybe they don't want to smoke. It's a great alternative, and I make some of everything.
What about your ingredients in here? We was discussing the ingredients last show when we was doing a preview of the products, and we was reading the ingredients, and it pretty much, we was thinking it's pretty much like vegan friendly products.
Well,
ingredients. And,
well,
that was in the cookies. I don't know
yes,
about the cake,
it
but
depends.
the cookies.
It depends. Now, I can make anything vegan because, like I said, I infuse oil and butter and sugar.
Okay.
So if someone says they need a vegan product, then obviously I won't be using butter in it. You know,
Gotcha.
if it's something that is a baked good, I'll use the coconut oil instead. If it's a candy, obviously I'll be using the sugar instead. So these drinks are vegan. All the things I use with my sugar are vegan. These cakes are not. This has real butter in it, real infused butter. But, you know, I offer that option. I can make all kind of vegan stuff because, like I said, I'm a baker and I'm a chef first. And so flavor is really important to me. I know I won't eat the whole thing, but of course I taste test it to make sure the flavor quality is there. And especially when I'm developing new items or whatever. A taste is not going to bother me, you know, but I just can't get a whole dose. Because this right here is 80 milligrams, which for an average person is 2 doses. But as oh boy in the last review said, he ate cakes and cookies and all that. But everybody's body is different. Everybody's medical issue is different. Everybody's, you know, as much as they smoke recreationally is different. So, you know,
it's all about
tailored to each person. But
your tolerance level. So
exactly.
So with me myself being an entrepreneur myself, and the reason that I started out for doing what I'm doing was for my kids and my family. What inspired you to do Brick House Bakery?
Like I said, it was the reason why I decided not to go back to teaching. I was a teacher and a college professor for a decade.
You want to work for yourself?
I want to work for myself. Well, it was really for him, my little one.
Yeah, to be at home.
Yeah, to be at home. Like, why would I think about that? I'm a teacher, right? So I'm through my newborn, 6 weeks old or whatever, into someone else's care to go care for someone else's kids. Like, it just didn't make sense, especially when I know I can do this, And the thing I tell people about, the medical marijuana or the recreational marijuana industry is that if you're a smoker, you don't even realize you've been networking all this time. The random people that you meet, the cool people that you vibe with, and now you're cool and things like that. These are potential customers, or maybe they could lead you to some, or maybe they could be product testers for you, or maybe they could, help promote your items. So it was really kind of organic. It was just something that I'm like, well, I know about weed smokers. Let me figure out how to grow it, and it went from there.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, it was basically, to be with my family, have more time with my family. If I work for myself, then I can make my own hours, and don't have to be somewhere when my child is sick. I don't have to be somewhere when my child's a day off from school. I can make my way to, be the best mother I can.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
Cool.
That's dope.
I mean, but that's
she gave us the whole rundown,
right.
Well, I also was an English teacher, so I know how to keep it concise. Business. So I have a marketing degree. My first degree was in marketing, so I have a business degree, and then I went back to school for my master's degree in education, and I taught business and Spanish, and then later English when I lived out the country. So the thing about it is all these concepts swirling around in my brain. Now I'm actually using them in my own life, So not everything you learn in school is worthless, kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't use them right away.
Some things are useful. Some things.
Yes. There's
everything is useful. Even things you don't want to learn.
Even if it just trains your brain, you know what I'm saying? And it's also an exercise, and
sometimes you learn what not to do. So if you learn what not to do, that's useful because it teaches you what not to do. So
exactly.
Yeah. But it's a trip how you put everything that you've been doing before, you incorporate it in your business, and now you can market yourself. All the things you went to school with, you pretty much just putting that into your bakery business.
Yeah.
That's the blessing, beautiful part about it.
Yeah.
We got big brother Baldy about to get into that.
It's about 120 milligrams in that bottle.
Okay.
So you
I'm about to pop this one open.
Right.
flip flip the metal part first.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
there you
okay.
go.
Now, do you
I
gotta
like
shake
those
it up
bottles
first,
right
or it's
there.
already ready to
It's
go?
already, I mean, I just made those, but you know,
Okay.
just like any juice, you want to smack
Right.
about a couple times or whatever. But I just made those, so they should be still really shook up.
Okay.
But flip that down and put it on there, flip it down, shake it up, you know, just to be sure. But I like I said, I made them
Am I
very.
doing it right?
You know, flip the metal. Yeah, no, you had it. Yeah, put
Yeah.
the.
I did.
Yeah, put the cork back down in there, and now flip the metal thing down.
Down.
Snap it.
Okay.
Now shake it.
Word.
Right.
There you go.
That's tough.
Cheers.
I like those
sir.
bottles.
Thank you.
Yeah, word.
And now you gotta flip the metal tab again.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this
There you
is,
go.
I'm trying to get used to it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
And if you was wondering, these are real glass bottles with the old school flip
I like the
and
bottles.
sit, so that way it's basically vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
You know, and then this is sturdy, so you ain't gotta worry about any spills or it breaking open or anything.
Yeah.
So,
They made
Don't put it in the freezer though. You know what I'm saying? I recommend refrigerating it, but just like
Refrigeration
if you put
only.
Yeah, if you put it in the
Refrigeration
freezer,
only.
like you put a beer bottle in the freezer, it's gonna explode.
No
And,
freezers.
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
It's good.
this,
though.
this
Real
is
crack
definitely
in the
good.
freezer.
Yeah.
You taste the weed or the marijuana in the aftertaste, but it's not overpowering. But it's
You know there's something in there.
Nah, it actually tastes just like really good Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Like just well sugar.
I can definitely taste the infused sugar in
Right,
there.
right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, you know, there have been people who have tried to suggest using distillate instead, and the arguments behind it, and it's this, that, and the other. And I'm not saying that that's not a good technique for some people, some companies, but I really, I come from, you know, a very country kind of family, like old recipes handed down and
Okay.
techniques and things like that. I like to keep it in a very, you know, homemade, home style kind of way.
A
And
traditionalist.
a traditionalist, yeah, as
Okay.
far as my cooking and my baking goes.
Okay.
So yeah, I infuse the sugar myself from, like I said, with plants. I know their origin, and if it's not mine personally, I know the people personally. I know their hygiene. I've been in their grow rooms, and then so on from there.
Okay, cool.
You wanna try some of that cake?
I'm thinking about
You
it.
thinking about it?
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
I've just, like I said, I enjoy making edibles. I'm glad that people are able to enjoy them, but I personally, I can't enjoy them. So
Yeah, I
no
remember
pressure.
the last time I, tapped into one of these. No, go ahead. I tried the cake. You try it.
I ain't gonna lie, I just like playing with this top right
Right.
now.
That's all. I just keep taking it on and
Yeah.
off. Like,
Well, no, the good thing about it is the bottle's reusable. I hope that you reuse it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you decide to put in, you can put some olive oil in there. You know, something like that in your kitchen, or even just reuse
So
it.
good.
Those are little tiny marshmallows.
I can smell the chocolate from over here.
Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a real cake, and it just happens to be made with infused butter.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna mess around and smash this for the end.
Yeah. you
Oh
know,
yeah.
like I said, I would suggest half the bottle at a time, but you know your dosage, and you seem like you a pro with the edibles, so I'll let you do your thing.
There's chocolate in there.
And like I said, the original cake was the lemon pound cake. So lemon pound cake was the first recipe I received, and I tweaked it to make it my own.
Okay.
And I became
Yeah, I
the
tried that one
one.
last time.
Yeah, I became the one that, you know, my dad come in town. Oh, you know, your mother doesn't cook for me anymore. I make him a cake. You know, my grandma writing me, oh, can I get another one of those cakes? Mind you, these are not the infused ones. These are just the traditional ones.
Right.
Because I still get called upon to do those things because even though, you know, obviously the profit margin is higher with my infused products, I still do traditional baked goods, you know, special order.
Traditional? Traditional?
No, that's infused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
So,
I taste something.
just-
Yeah. But I'm saying when my family requests my baked goods,
Okay.
it's generally just a traditional
Oh,
one.
so you can pretty much order infused or regular bakery.
Right, so
Yeah.
That's
with Brick House Bakery, you do not have to get infused goods.
No.
Right.
No, people.
You could get regular goods
Yes,
as well.
yes. I make outstanding pound cake. I make outstanding pecan pies from a recipe that was given to me. German chocolate from scratch. Cheesecakes. I don't like making cheesecakes because they're very, very fragile. You'll end up with a crack down the middle, and they don't look so good, but they always taste good. And you know, years ago, I just realized that I'm not the one that's gonna give you this perfect wedding cake decorated type of thing. But I'm gonna give you the cake that your grandma's gonna ask about later.
Okay.
She's gonna want another slice because my stuff always tastes good. Has a very good recipe and expert hand making it. Even though I'm not the one that's really artistically inclined in order to decorate them and all of that.
So where are some of the locations where the viewers can go pick up some of your products?
Well, in Detroit, one of my biggest clients is right on Kentucky and Finkel. I don't know the address right off the top of my head, but it's right next to a pool hall. Go there, knock on the door. They got all kind of edibles all the time. For the Flint family, I'm available at Highly Sociable, which is right on Dort Highway, 414 Dort. And then several of my other wholesale customers are delivery service. So, you'd have to kind of know them to do it. But that is, I do delivery service myself also.
Okay.
Although, I prefer that people go to one of my wholesale clients to get it, but I'm working on becoming more readily available in all places.
Okay.
Because, make things easier on everybody if they just know they can go to such a spot. But yes, if you're in the Finkel, Wyoming area, right there on the corner of Kentucky and Finkel, there is a building, and I cannot remember the address of it, right next to the pool hall. You cannot miss it.
All right.
They always have Brick House Bakery items.
And you say in Flint?
In Flint, yeah, 414 Dort Highway, Highly Sociable. It's a consumption lounge. So not only can you go there to get my items, make a donation, of course, go there and enjoy them.
Okay.
They have it's like Dave & Buster's meets Hash Bash.
Okay.
Because you can go in there. They got TVs everywhere. They got a TV that's set up for video game, and you want to challenge your friends or whatever.
If you're a gamer.
If you're a gamer, they got pool tables. They got dartboards. They got pinball machines. They got chess boards and dominoes and card tables. You can play cards. There's a couch if you eat a little too much cake and you want to take a nap. You know what I'm saying? There's couches. It's very nice. And
cool.
It's a black-owned business.
And what's the address one more time?
414 Dort Highway. That's called Highly Sociable in Flint, Michigan. So all the Flint, Saginaw people. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be opening a couple more locations, one of which will be in Saginaw. So you could look out for my products there in the upcoming months. So
Yeah, this cake is very moist and it's good. You can barely taste the infused in it, what makes it even better because you know how the medical taste is kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah, I can.
Bakery taste. So that bakery taste is definitely strong in there. I can taste some infused in there, but it's not too strong, so you can enjoy the flavor of the cake. Like I said, very moist. It's like, good. It's good. I'm waiting on, what's the,
That's 80.
It's 80 right
Like
here?
I said, I would say
Okay.
eat half, but you already,
I ate about half of that. I'm gonna wait for a minute.
Yeah.
See how that makes me feel, but I can feel a little something kicking in, so.
I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to try to
Not drink it.
it's like every sip you want another one.
Yeah, no, sometimes, and the thing about it, I can dial up and dial down the potency, especially with the Kool-Aid, so a lot of times, this is the recipe I do for my, the wholesale clients, because their clientele wants a stronger one, but when I make it for my direct customers, I usually do half that, so the whole bottle's 60, so you can drink the whole bottle and not be too far gone, but I would suggest you guys stop at half, but
Stop at half, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Now
you
you tell
can.
me.
If you can, you can.
Nah, shoot, I'm gonna try.
Real small, like.
But yeah, no, that's
So what about events? You got any different events coming up? People can come check out any events?
You know what? I don't know. For December, I don't really have anything confirmed just yet. There's a couple things swirling around that I've heard about, and but not yet. But I'm always working. Like I said, for my wholesale clients, I see them at least once a week. People, my delivery patients, whatever. I see them whenever they call. So I'm around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, y'all can tune
And
into
expanding. As she said, the business is expanding.
Go like Brick House Bakery on Facebook or Instagram, and you can keep up with her on all her events and everything like that. And she brought us some flour we're gonna be testing at the next offsite location like we normally do. if you want, we can check. If you got them, we can look at them and review them or whatever you want, and talk about those a little bit. Are these some of the personal strands you grow yourself?
Actually, no. This is one of them is. I'll show you the one I just picked up today.
Okay.
I don't have this for another week and a half, so.
Gosh, we can't wait.
Just want to say shout out to everybody who is tuning in with us.
Shout out to everybody.
Crud Nation, our
Make sure you follow
weekly
everybody.
review.
Please share the videos. I'm on live, but I don't see any viewers on my live. That's strange. Facebook might be messing
Carnell B,
with my, Facebook
what's
might be
up?
messing with my page.
Hi, Diz.
I don't know.
Teacher Life.
Flag, go get on that.
Cornelius, what's good? Joy.
Baby AJ approved.
Oh, yeah. Definitely gets the thumbs up.
Baby AJ approved.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
This is Larry.
Okay.
This is grown by a good friend of mine, Jumpman. He's an OG grower. He's been in the game for a long time. He worked in one of the first hydro stores in Michigan, right there on 7 Mile Middle Belt.
Okay.
What was it called? It's changed the name now, but
What's his name? Jumpman?
Jumpman.
Okay.
Yep.
You should bring him in for a review one day.
Yeah, I should.
Shout out to Jumpman.
Some of his Larry I just picked up. I just picked it up today.
Loud. Definitely.
It is loud. Larry is loud.
Loud Larry.
Loud Larry would like to be
Show
heard.
him a little closer.
I mean,
little Larry.
it's one of these things where, the picture just can't do it justice.
Look.
You gotta see it in person.
Yeah, you gotta see it in person.
Right, you gotta see it.
Yeah, it's
You
not
gotta
as
see it.
good on camera. Look.
I had to
No, y'all can keep that.
It still look good though.
That's the review right there.
It's the review right here.
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll be
Larry.
going off site reviewing this today for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It's
Good on
stank.
Larry.
Thanks so
Yeah,
good.
Larry's one of the fan favorites. I've been waiting for him to come back around, and I was happy I was able to pick some up.
Hey, shout out to Jumpman, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
Jumpman.
to you did your thing with these right here.
Jumpman. Them boys up to something.
Yeah, he always is.
Oh man.
I just got some of my favorite strains from him because he, sometimes he'll give me some clones. I got this blue cookie from him that's amazing.
Oh, I love blue cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this Larry is one of my favorites and one of my patients' favorites. So I was quick to jump on this because when he sells out, he sells out quick.
Right.
He's not one of the people that even really advertises out like that. He got a circle of grower friends.
It
And
smell like that old school Larry, like
that's what I'm
that
saying.
real Larry.
Yeah. It's nice.
I ain't smelled no Larry like this in a minute. That
Yeah.
Larry OG for real. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
I
tested.
know. Look at it.
That's what I'm saying. The picture just can't do no justice.
I had to do a special video on this one where I
Yeah.
can zoom in and then
Yeah,
show you.
I tried to do a picture of it earlier and
It's
it didn't even do it no justice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's
So
so
that's
pretty.
we're gonna say that we're gonna put that up right now.
Yeah.
We'll get back to
Oh,
this
yeah.
behind there.
Yep. Back in my flyer, I got some of the many products that I have to offer, medicated or non-medicated. Yeah. Good old Larry.
So, is it anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, of course, to my mother who gave me the recipes for the lemon pound cake so many years ago.
Shout out to Mama Brickhouse.
Yeah.
Mama Brickhouse.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah. And everybody else that has encouraged my cooking and baking over the years and has been supportive to me, my family. I mean, people when they talk about being self-made, that's just such a selfish term. Because I don't think there's anybody in this world that can really, really claim that. Yeah, we pull ourselves up on our bootstraps. Yeah, it might have been my thoughts and my actions that put things into motion, but I have a really good support system. You know what I'm saying? Of family, of friends that have become family, of people that I've met in the industry. It's a blessing to be around, good people and be loved and be received. And also, I just know that this community, the marijuana community, is just such a cool group of people because for the most part, we just want to have a good time.
Right.
We ain't trying to hurt
Wanna
nobody.
enjoy
We ain't trying to
ourselves
fight
highly.
nobody. We don't want to argue.
We ain't trying to blow our high.
We ain't trying to go high. You know,
That's a waste
people
of money,
understand.
you know,
Like, you know,
Bringing people together.
it brings people together,
Definitely.
and it's such a blessing to be able to do it and you know, spend time with my family and also do something I know is helpful to other people, whether it's just to make their day a little bit better or whether it's to alleviate some type of pain that they have. I'm helping people come off of prescription pills because they're able to substitute, you know, some basically a little bit of marijuana infused in some butter or sugar with prescription pills that are causing all types of other side effects.
Chemicals.
Yeah, all types of other chemicals. You know, 'cause, I mean, yeah, marijuana is a drug, but it's
something to get you off something.
Exactly.
It's like,
They gotta wean you off the something they put you on.
yeah.
So, starting out, or just at any point of this journey of the Brick House Bakery, did you ever feel like giving up, or was it a time where things wasn't going your way and you was like contemplating, like, you know what?
Yeah, I had I'm gonna get a job moment a couple times, you know, when bills is due and you're like, dang, I gotta, you know. But, you know, like I said, for me, you know, it was a back to the wall kind of decision. You know, I was in a situation where I'm like, you know, I'm a single mother, but a single mother. My son's dad lives in a whole other continent. So the being able to rely on him and his family for support or money is not an option. And my parents live in California. They retired and were like, peace, we're going to San Diego. So they're not here to, you know, babysit and stuff like that. So for
What
me,
got you through that though? Like what was that one thing that was able to get you, that made, you know, that was your light in the tunnel, that made you bypass and just keep continue
it
going?
wasn't just one thing. It was a really, you know, an understanding of my situation, understanding of long-term goals, understanding that things don't happen overnight, you know, like, you know, a dog can get pregnant and have a baby a couple months later, you know what I'm saying? It take a woman almost a whole year to create and grow babies. And don't even talk about elephants, you know what I'm saying? If you birthing something great, it's gonna take a while for it really to come to fruition. And that's just one of the main things that, you know, held me together. But like I said, I have a really good support system and people I've met in my journey, and they were always so important as far as encouraging me, sending business my way, and things like that. So if you surround yourself with like-minded and good people, it's gonna swirl around to you. I like to keep my karma clean. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep my karma good. I try to do no harm and in fact help as much as possible. And I really feel like living my life in that way has helped it come back to me. And even in the difficult times, I'm like, I can't give up.
Right.
I got two sons I gotta to make a way for. Not only pay the bills, but also make a way to be an example for them to aspire to, or at least a foundation for them to make their own inspiration. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily one thing, but you know, just really people have to focus on long-term goals.
Gotcha.
You can't just live for today. You can't just say, oh, this is what I'm gonna do today and bump tomorrow, because God willing, there will be a tomorrow. And if you haven't prepared for it and planned for it, what's going to happen to you and your family and your future? So I've got some big plans coming for 2020, and they're all things that I'm laying the foundation for right now, that I'm working on right now. And I don't expect them to happen right now because I know that things take time.
Right.
And I've been making edibles since 2015.
Okay.
And you know.
Well, you coming up in your 5-year celebration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Anything special for the 5-year anniversary, or?
I don't know. I hadn't even thought that far. But you know, one of the things I'm working on for 2020 is a commercial kitchen. Right now, I do all this baking out of my home.
Okay.
You know, and
so these are the big things we can look forward to by Brick House Bakery.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be doing some improvements. Go ahead.
Yep. Commercial kitchen. I'm toying with the idea. Do I want a brick and mortar storefront? I'm not really sure because the overhead that goes with that. And I worked in the restaurant industry for a long time, and I know it can be profitable. It also can be a huge headache. But for sure, I'm working on a commercial kitchen. Any growers out there? I also love the barter system. I think it's something that's wonderful. It's a traditional way people always did things since the beginning of time. So because my production has increased so much, I'm always looking for growers to partner with, and sometimes I actually buy the trim, but a lot of times I like to trade. Okay, you give me some trim and I give you some edibles. If you want them packaged, or maybe you just want the butter, maybe you just want the sugar, maybe you just want the oil and you make your own, things like that. Or maybe you just want the edibles unpackaged and you can put in your own package. I'm not that territorial that if you bought my product and you put in your own package with your own label, I don't mind.
That's
you
cool.
know,
Yeah.
it's all good to me. So you know, like it's a very cooperative kind of system I like to work out, and it's going well for me.
Okay, that's always great to hear.
Definitely.
Okay. Sitting on the car. Well, there you have it, folks. This was another weekly Crud Nation review of, once again, the lovely Miss Bria from Bria's, Brick House Bakery, and we have been reviewing the Kool-Aid, which.
By the way, that Kool-Aid, y'all getting y'all feeling this something off the Kool-Aid? You almost had a half a bottle, so.
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So I'm gonna give it a little bit more time because my tolerance is a little higher than most.
Yeah, we gonna
so this bottle is probably gonna be gone soon.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm not even gonna.
Right, it's gonna be a to be continued video in about 45 minutes. It hit me. And
I would definitely give the after.
I would like to keep it going until we get some review off of it. But if we have you have to wait, we can come back and tell them how I feel later once we do the bud review.
Right.
So we don't want to hold her up. I know she's busy. She has to get up out of here. So it's up to y'all.
I mean, but that's always a good thing to be busy, you know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But no, I will definitely give a second review or after effect video for the Kool-Aid, and also when I do my flour review for Crud Nation. And fellas, is there anybody y'all want to give a shout out to?
Well, let's give them your handles one more time. Let the people know.
Okay, so you can find me on the website brickhousebakery.com. You can find me on Facebook, Brick House Bakery on Facebook, Brick House Bakery Detroit on Instagram. I'm Bria, so Bria Brick House is my personal Facebook and my personal Instagram, so you can find me all over the place. And I give out my number if you want to call me for business purposes. It's 313-502-3219. And check me out.
All right, thank you. I'm right here. I'm King Michigan. Follow me on all your social media. Follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to build up my YouTube followers. Thank you for the subscribes. I appreciate you. Everything is going well as far as on that. We got Baby AJ right here.
Baby AJ, you can follow me on all social media. Google me. New upcoming single coming out soon. A lot of new stuff coming out soon. Shout out to Brick House Bakery. Shout out to everybody that's supporting us. This has been going really well. We see that y'all like this, so we've been trying to do something with it. I like it. I like reviewing this stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby, Backwood Bobby. He couldn't be here today. Everybody go follow him and say what's up to him. He got tied up today, so we just had Big Brother Ballhead filled in for him by himself. So, and of course me and AJ, and then we had Brick House Bakery getting ready to sign out. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Be on the lookout for the next videos up to come. Tell them, Big Brother.
We will have, like I said, later on, we be doing the flower review for the Larry, and I will also be doing the post effect for the Kool-Aid. Once shout out to Bobby Backwoods, I'm sorry, who couldn't be here with us, and
shout out to Stony Bay,
Stony and 420 Underground.
Yes.
Shout out to
Straight Dank Podcast.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Straight Dank Podcast. Check them out. And also check out my product. Yeah, it's that time, shameless plug.
That's right.
My product, Body Frosting by Taj. Check me out.
She had a chance to review your product.
I did. It was lovely. And when somebody had the nerve to tell me years ago, light-skinned people don't get ashy. That's wrong, false, untrue, and cruel, because this time of year, my hands especially suffer.
You probably wash them a lot.
Yeah, I wash my hands a lot. And you know, the dry air and the cold, my hands get so ashy, like to the point where I've had skin break and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I slid that on my hands, and they just felt so soft.
Like they extra soft now.
Yeah, they look a little extra soft. You know,
Wow.
they were. It's just so incredibly soft. It does not feel greasy. It soaks in immediately, and it just leaves your skin so supple and nice. So I really appreciate that. I'm glad I picked that up.
Thank you.
That's
I
a good
appreciate
one.
it. And
That was
that's
a good quick review.
And that's Body Frosting by Taj. You can check me out on Facebook, Body Frosting by Taj, and Instagram as well, the same handle. And
Do we have some here? I think I have some here.
Oh, okay.
Do we? I just want to show it off real quick.
but like I said, a little bit goes a long way. It's an emollient, not just a moisturizer, so that means that it don't just slather stuff on the top layer of your skin. It brings the natural moisture that's in your skin to the top layer. So the only advice I would give to you is keep it room temperature and drink water. So
Cool. Alright, so we're getting ready to sign out. This Crud Nation again, another review, Brick House Bakery. We appreciate y'all. Yeah, we appreciate y'all. My bad, I'm getting hot. This cake kicking in. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be sure to share the video. Share. Nothing here is for sale. Please don't block us. We do not own any rights to any music other than Baby AJ. Alright, so we out. We out.
Yeah.
Yo,
Peace.
y'all.
Peace.
have a good one, y'all. Y'all be safe out here in this weather, because it's that time.
Yeah.
Tick, tock.
Is that a rolling on my wrist?